We are in the midst of trying to turn that way, maybe. There we go. There we go. Survive. Hurricane Lee, I guess, supposed to. We're getting the starts of it. It's happening this morning already, but this evening it's supposed to be here. So we don't know what it's going to be like. So I figured, what better time to film the outdoors so that I don't have to go outdoors in it with this. And it's the Campark TC17 Cellular Trail Camera. Now, this was supposed to arrive actually quite a bit of time ago, but weirdly enough, it got delivered to a neighbor and nicely they brought it over. I've opened it. Well, I think they opened it, but we're going to see what comes in the box. And then, of course, we're going to see what it says it's capable of doing. And then I'm going to go set it up outside in the backyard so that I can record what's going on tonight. Okay, so Campark, and we've reviewed and taken a look at some of their like action cams and that in the past. TC17 Cellular Trail. Now, as far as I know, it actually has 4G LTE, and I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think it may actually be built into it. Yeah, built-in SIM card. So you just download, and then of course you can basically connect the SIM card with a carrier. Now, I don't know in Canada how well that works, so you may want to just verify with your cellular provider that this is something that they do. But it does say in the US, AT&T, Verizon, T-Mobile, anybody that supports 4G SIMs. So 4-watt solar panel, so that's nice. So I find depending, right? Now the bonus is that this comes with like an 8,000 milliamp hour internal battery. So the hope is that if you put this in an area which gets a ton of sun all the time, then it should stay powered probably like almost forever. But we have solar powered cameras in our backyard and that. And I probably get, this year was a bad year because we had so much rain and cloud and things like that, but I probably get a good year, maybe even a year and a half of power before they dwindle all the way down to like turning off. So you only have to go out every once in a while. So I would think that would be similar to this. But the nice thing about this one, 2K video, 3 vision modes, very cool. It has a pan, tilt, and 2-way audio. So it is a camera that's movable. So I really like that. 0.5 second trigger time alert. Now this is great if you're actually using this as a trail camera because of course the animals they may happen fast. You want to make sure that the camera can pick it up and start recording really, really fast. And more features: photo, and video, password protection, 2-way talk, blah, 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 blah. You guys can take a look at it here. I'll put links to Campark's website down below. 2K, so that's okay. A little better than 1080, not quite 4K, but you know what? It's fine. IP66 waterproof, so decent, right? I don't know how dustproof it has to be, but again, we're going to be putting it out in a storm tonight, so if it can survive that, I would think it should be good. Okay, anyways, put that over there. This is it. I'm just going to leave the box over to the side because, again, so here's the camera. You guys hopefully can see that there's the USB plug right there. I don't know if this is like the turn on or off or whatever it is back there. 4G solar battery camera. It does have a little QR code, and you may need that. You may need that to when you start it to get this all coming up. There's your pan and tilt. I'm believing that this would mount kind of up against whatever it is this way, you know, right to the back, and then the camera kind of flips out would be my, nope, this way. That makes more sense, right? Like that. And then the camera's there, so it has the ability to kind of move around. Yes, yes. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. Now, I have this in, but it usually just comes in the box. So it's decent length, not crazy long, but it should be fine. This is just for charging that internal 8,000 milliamp battery. So I wonder if I actually plug this in here, you know, if I unplug you and plug you in instead, will I get any kind of charge? Will this? I was looking upstairs to see if there was any kind of light, but I couldn't see one. And this does say, you know, first off, where they put this, I get it. It's going to help it not get any kind of water on it. But also, it was a little difficult to get in there to get the seal, the cap off. First world problems, sure. Anyways, it's nice looking. It should blend in if you want this to not, you know, be obvious out on a tree or trail or whatever it is. Very cool. There's your manual. I do like, again, that the manual is nice and large. SIM card data recharge. Cool. Does it have, let's just see here. So on the back, I'm just curious. On the back, there's a SIM card and a card slot. So the card slot would be, I guess, where you would put your memory card. Speakers, charging port is in there, and an on-off switch. Okay, good. And then there's your, see, it has an indicator light, it says, on the front. So if this is down like so, maybe the indicator light is just when it's on. Maybe it doesn't have like a charging light, possibly. Which kind of makes sense, I guess, because maybe you don't want a trail camera to have a light that's on, because you don't want people to kind of know that it's there, yeah? But as you can see here, it does have an app. So what we're going to do is this, and we're going to open that up just so we can download the app. Let's see if you guys can see it here. That's it right there. Yukon. It's got a little thing of a deer. So, all right. That's going to download. That's the biggest thing I was wanting. Now, you may want this because most, you know, security cameras and cameras like this, they're not, they need instructions, right? You need instructions. This is, oh, that looks like maybe like, oh, it does. See, triple play data plan. So you can scan that for Canada. Look at that. So yes, there you go. This is all your goodness if you want to set that up. So that's good. What is this? A quick user guide. I will keep that handy just in case. So how to install and operate. Keep that over here because I'll need that. This, of course, is your solar panel. So USB-C, nice long cable. Does have a little, you know, quarter-20, it looks like, on the bottom of it. So this is how it's going to connect to the stand. This would be the stand for... This probably is the stand for the solar panel, would be my guess. So this is going to be for the solar panel. So you could, because you got to mount both, right? This is mounting the solar panel onto wherever. I'm going to mount it onto a tree. And last but not least, put that down here now, is the attachment for this camera. So it looks like if you really want, which is probably what I'll actually do, you can just attach it with a strap. So, which is good because you may not want to, you know, put screws and bolts and that kind of stuff into a tree. So this is a strap that you can just tighten up and mount the base, right? You see where it kind of can go through there. And I'm guessing maybe this can come off, possibly, maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, I will play with that. And that's everything in the box. So what I'm going to do now, I'm not going to show you guys how to connect it. I am going to show you how it functions. So I'm going to go outside, put this on the tree, get it set up in the app, and I'll come back and tell you how it all went. Yeah? Okay. The storm has come. The storm has gone. The camera survived. It's been outside throughout the whole thing. It's been good. I've taken some video recording of it that will show you, and let's talk about my experience. So first off, setting it up in the app. One of the things you have to realize, and I didn't realize this, was that when you look at one of their cameras, there's 4G and then there's Wi-Fi, and I didn't realize, and that's my own problem, that the 4G one didn't have Wi-Fi. It's not 4G and Wi-Fi or just Wi-Fi. It's 4G or Wi-Fi. It's not both. So in the app, when you go to set it up for the very first time, it actually comes up and says, do you have a 4G one or a Wi-Fi one? And I was like, well, they're both, but I didn't want to set up a 4G one. I'm like, let's just connect it to Wi-Fi. And I must have spent, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes trying to figure out why I couldn't connect this thing to Wi-Fi. And then I went back into the packaging, and you may have noticed in the package that there was a little SIM card. And that SIM card does give you I think it's like 100 megs of data or something like that on it. I put that in the camera, and I put a micro SD card in the camera. And then I went in and said, I'm going to set up a 4G camera. And it was flawless. Perfect. Worked. Boom. So user error, sort of, I guess. I'll take blame for it. User error. After that, it was good. Now, it was storming out. It was storming out. This was Hurricane Lee was coming through our area, which is what I wanted to kind of film. I figured it would be a great test. And I took the strap. You'll see I have the strap in my hand. Put the camera on it, put the mount on it, all that kind of stuff. Went around the tree, and I went to snug it real tight. And the strap just, as you can see, the strap just broke. Right? The piece is missing. Now, I'm not sure what piece broke. The cap broke. I don't know if it was the little latches that go into the little latch points there. If that broke, because this feels like it should be pretty strong, and I wasn't giving it too much of a tug, but it broke. So I was like, awesome. How am I supposed to mount this now? So needless to say, I went into our shed and I got a bunch of bungee cables, figured out which one's going to fit. And I just mounted it onto our patio deck so that at least I could get some footage and see how it worked. So I didn't get to use the strap, and this is probably something to realize, right? You know what? If you're mounting it on a tree, you and I are probably going to give it a fair bit of oomph just to pull. Like I didn't like give it everything I had. It was just because I had it up pretty high. And it was enough to break it. So, hey, I'm saying how it is, right? Anyways, I'm going to put some footage up here while I'm talking. And this was footage, again, just taken from our deck during mixed conditions. So you can kind of see here when it's raining and when it's not raining and it's dark outside, et cetera, et cetera. You can kind of just see all this going on. It does produce pretty good image, decent image when it's really nice out, and I would say the image actually during the storm and at night is again decent. You know, it's what you're gonna get. It's what you would get out of a dash cam. It's what you get out of most home like IP security cameras, things like that. But the neat thing was, of course, even for us, was that we lost power. We lost power for a couple of, well, actually, for a day and a half, and because this was running on its own power, and because it wasn't Wi-Fi based and it was cellular based, so it's 4G based, we were still able to even check the camera just to see what it was recording, and we could go test all that stuff, which was kind of nice. And it's something to kind of even think about if you're buying a home security camera versus, you know, just a trail camera. Because for us, I may actually take this and put it further back on a tree, just use a bungee because I don't have a strap now. But I do like the fact that the 4G allows it to connect even when power goes out. That was kind of nice. Connecting time was decent. It didn't take much longer than it did with Wi-Fi. And I think if you're in an area that gets decent cell service, you should have no issues, right? You can put it pretty much wherever you want. Just again, make sure you're not somewhere that has zero cell service. Is it cool? Yeah, it's cool. It was a little, you know, it's a little, it's not overly fast in regards. That's my puppy. It's doing something. She's playing with her squeaky toy. She wants to play. Yes, hold on a second there, buddy. Hold on a second. It's not overly fast in regards to responsiveness. Like if you were trying to get the camera to tilt or anything like that, I'd be like click, 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 and then I'd have to wait, and it sometimes would go up or down. Do you hear her playing? She's playing with a squeaky toy. But it did it. That's what matters. It did it, right? It's not inexpensive, but I think you are getting kind of what you pay for. So if you want something that has that ability to, you can put it wherever you want. You know, really, you could put it in the middle of nowhere. It is a trail camera. Cool. If you want it as a security camera, you could put it just outside in your backyard. That's cool. You have no concerns whether or not Wi-Fi has to reach it or not. It doesn't matter. But just be aware, because again, that it got me was that it's 4G or Wi-Fi, not both, right? You buy the camera, does it do this or does it do that? It doesn't do both of them. At least not the one that I got. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. If you're curious about the Campark trail cams, I'll leave links down below. And that's it. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. And storm's done. We survived. All good. Later.